Shout to 50, Action TV, because if y'all don't give me my millions, Vlad and y'all, I don't, like I said, Vlad, Nori, Flex, Hulu's, cool. I'm getting millions with 50 already. Look, hold on.
If this is your last interview, I appreciate all the interviews you've done.
See, why are we talking about that? Come on. Vlad.
You don't want to talk about
Back
this?
to this, hell no. It's my 50 hate.
50 hates me?
Hell yeah.
No, seriously, 50 hates me.
Okay, so the internet is buzzing louder than a beehive, and it's all thanks to 50 Cent dropping some major bombshells about Vlad TV. I'm talking earth-shattering, game-changing revelations that could have Vlad TV shaking in its boots. Is this the beginning of the end for the platform? Stick around, because we're about to unpack every juicy detail of this jaw-dropping story. Now, we all know 50 Cent's got more haters than a spider's got legs, but according to Tony Yayo, DJ Vlad is high-key one of the biggest. In a recent interview, Yayo straight up checked Vlad when he tried to bring up 50's infamous shooting. Yayo wasn't playing around, claiming that 50 is not a fan of Vlad because he talks about him way too much.
50 hates me?
Hell yeah.
No, seriously, 50 hates me.
Yes.
Really? I don't believe it. 50 hates me, but you do interviews with me.
Yes, 50 hates you. Bangs.
Yayo kept it 100, saying he doesn't want to spend all his time talking about 50. I mean, can you blame him? The man's got his own accomplishments too, you feel me? Even though Yayo and 50 are tighter than skinny jeans, Yayo made it crystal clear, I got my own lane. But don't get it twisted, Yayo also let it be known that 50 don't play when people come for him. Just ask Hurricane Chris, who tried to clown 50 for dropping $500,000 on security for Humor and Harmony weekend. Chris was salty about the lineup, saying there should have been more local talent, but you know 50 ain't gonna let that slide. He clapped back at Hurricane Chris with a shady video, basically saying, bruh, focus on fixing Louisiana's fourth worst educational system before you come for me. Straight savage. Now hold on to your wigs, because 50 Cent himself has finally spilled the tea on his beef with DJ Vlad, and it's deeper than the Mariana Trench. See, 50's a man who knows how to keep his business locked down tighter than Fort Knox. But Vlad, he's been out here playing detective, digging up dirt on 50 and trying to make him look bad on purpose. And it's
90% of the time, everything he's saying is something that I don't want you to know.
not just some one-off thing, y'all. Tony Yayo's a regular on Vlad's show, right? Well, every single time Yayo shows up, Vlad hits him with 1 or 2 questions about 50. Like clockwork. Coincidence? Yeah, I don't think so either. It's like Vlad can't resist poking the bear, and 50's got every reason to be fed up with him. So what did 50 do? He served Vlad a reality check with a side dish of sarcasm so spicy it'll make your tongue tingle.
Anything that came out of his mouth, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what he said.
But wait, there's more. This ain't the first time Vlad's been in hot water with 50 Cent. Recently, the Get Rich or Die Tryin' legend straight up called Vlad out again. If you know anything about 50's journey from the streets to the boardroom, you know his story wasn't always about luxury or fame. Let's not forget that infamous 2000 shooting where 50 got hit in his arms, hands, legs, and even his mouth. Traumatic doesn't even begin to cover it. But here comes Vlad, stirring the pot like a chef on Hell's Kitchen with his latest episode titled Cal Dawson was in the car when 50 Cent got shot 9 times, C got shot also, Part 3. Yeah, you can imagine 50 wasn't too happy about that. He took to Instagram, posting a screenshot of the video with a bold caption, "I want this video taken down now." And he wasn't subtle about it either, slapping the word fraudulent right over the photo. Ouch. But hold up, it's not just 50 Cent who's fed up with Vlad's shady journalism. Jersey rapper Sue Surf recently put Vlad on blast, straight up calling him out for the way his show seems to get guests indicted. Yep, you heard that right. Surf basically hinted that going on Vlad TV is like signing up for a one-way trip to the courthouse. He said, "You got a couple of guys indicted. Realistically, there is such a thing as bait. You're a baiter. Some of my peers, some of the people that sat in this seat, aren't smart or witty enough to know when there is bait being swung their way or when they're supposed to dip the bait." Naturally, this had everyone buzzing, with folks drawing their own conclusions from Surf's claims. It's like people started connecting the dots, realizing that maybe Vlad's questions aren't just nosy, they might be downright dangerous. Looks like 50 ain't the only one side-eyeing Vlad these days. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. It seems like DJ Vlad might be a little delusional about 50 Cent not hating him. I mean, Tony Yayo, 50's right-hand man himself, has already spilled the tea in the clearest way possible. Let's be real, if you know how calculated and street-smart 50 is, it wouldn't be surprising if he's actually sending Yayo to the these Vlad TV interviews to keep tabs on what's being said. It's all about reputation management, and 50 knows exactly how to play the game. So while Vlad might think everything's cool, it's likely way more strategic than that. Anyway, Yayo has finally caught on to this whole Vlad 50 clout chase, and just like 50, he handed it straight to Vlad with no sugarcoating. Yayo's loyalty to 50 is unmatched, and now he's done playing nice. He knows exactly what Vlad's been up to, poking at 50 for views, and he's not letting it slide anymore. Just like his mentor, Yayo shut it down, letting Vlad know that his 50-centric questions aren't flying anymore. He said,
"Two people that I've been around, 50 and Eminem, you go viral. So you got a lot of dudes that, look, they don't even really deserve the clout."
And you best believe Yayo didn't stop there. He went on to say, "I don't want to talk about 50-50 because I don't want to make it seem like all my views is about 50. 50 is my man, so sometimes when someone do so much favors for you, you always remember the time when he said yes, never when he said no. He don't hate you, but I know sometimes he just don't want to be brought up." Then Yayo really took it up a notch during his recent Vlad interview. He straight up burst out saying he'd quit doing all these interviews unless they started matching the millions that are already filling his pockets from 50. It might sound like a money flex, but Yayo wasn't playing. He knows Vlad's not breaking in that kind of cash from his podcast, so in a way, Yayo threw down an indirect challenge, showing where his loyalty lies.
I'm getting millions with 50
Listen,
already.
look.
Hold
If this
on.
is your last interview,
Look.
I appreciate all the interviews you've done.
See, he's getting
You know what I'm
scared
saying?
now.
Now, Yayo, always known for keeping it real, started off by expressing his appreciation for all the time he spent on Vlad TV. He made it clear that even though his appearances might be coming to an end, he and Vlad are still friends and they'll still keep in touch. But then Yayo dropped a little bombshell. The price for these interviews is getting too high. He casually shouted out to Dave Chappelle and 50 Cent, hinting that his time might be worth more than what Vlad's show is offering. Yayo reminisced about some serious cash, referring to something he called the 40-pack with Marlon Wayans. He threw out numbers, talking about deals that sounded too good to pass up. But despite the high offers, Yayo still gave Vlad a nod, saying, "You're still my guy." So yeah, that's how Yayo and Vlad went their separate ways on amicable terms. Now, let's switch gears for a sec and talk about 50 Cent's business acumen. This man has truly mastered the art of juggling multiple revenue streams. The multifaceted mogul has left his mark not only on the music industry, but also in television, the spirits market, fashion, and beyond. His ability to create and dominate in various arenas is unmatched. While he's undeniably the face of many major projects, including some of the most successful TV series like Power and BMF, 50 recently revealed something surprising during an interview on Big Boy's Neighborhood. He would have traded all that spotlight with his G-Unit brother, Tony Yayo.
We was all together. I wish it would have been Yayo,
Why?
because then I could have did all of the business.
You see, 50 explained how it was his solo career that took off like a rocket, and he just brought the G-Unit crew along for the ride. But here's the thing, 50 admitted that he actually wished Yayo had been the one in the limelight so he could have handled the business side of things. "The beauty of how G-Unit worked is my solo album took off so big that I just brought them with me," 50 said. "So it was clear that it was me creating the opportunity for everybody else in the crew, but we was all together. I wish it would have been Yayo. If he would have been 50 Cent big, then I would have been running the whole thing." It's a rare moment of reflection from a guy who's always been front and center, showing that 50 doesn't mind stepping back and pulling the strings behind the scenes. And that's exactly what he's been doing with his TV projects. From executive producing Hip Hop Homicides to the Power Universe and BMF, 50's influence behind the camera is just as impressive as his presence in front of it. One of his standout moments was also executive producing the late Pop Smoke's posthumous album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon in 2020. When talking to Billboard, 50 said he saw a lot of himself in Pop Smoke and felt inspired to guide the young artist. He even encouraged Pop to put his own spin on 50's iconic tracks like Many Men, and the result was the synonymous 2020 track Got It On Me. Despite his countless achievements, 50 still finds a way to stay grounded. In 2020, he received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, an iconic moment where Yayo, Dr. Dre, and Eminem all stood by his side, showing that for all his success, 50 Cent knows the importance of loyalty, friendships, and creating opportunities for others. Now, 50 Cent's been around long enough to know the music game is tough, and he's not one to shy away from telling it like it is, even when it comes to his own failures. A few months ago, in an interview with Houston's 97.9 The Box, he took some of the heat for why G-Unit artists didn't quite reach the heights many expected. When asked if he'd been criticized by some of his former artists for their career stumbles, 50 didn't dodge the question. He acknowledged that as the head of G-Unit, some of the responsibility fell on his shoulders. But in typical 50 fashion, he wasn't about to completely throw himself himself under the bus. He made it clear that it wasn't all on him. He said,
You know, it was ill is when you're in the seat, like in the driver's seat, a lot of times, no, every time something goes wrong, it's your fault.
He continued saying, if you ask artists why their careers didn't go the way they want, it's the fault of the record label. See what I'm saying? I happen to become the record label. So all of those artists that were around and didn't do exactly what they thought they were supposed to do, it's my fault that it didn't. They give it to me individually now, not like it's the company, it's him. So while he's honest enough to admit he wasn't perfect, 50 is also quick to remind everyone that success in the music business is a two-way street. He set the stage, gave opportunities, but what happens next? That's on the artist. Now, coming back to Vlad, who's intentionally tried to sow discord between Yayo and 50, let's just say he came in hot. The G-Unit soldier, while discussing the legendary E40 and his recent ejection from a Sacramento Kings game, took a sharp turn when Vlad tried to steer the conversation into the long-standing beef between 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Yayo wasn't having it and straight up told Vlad to shut the F up.
I was young, you know, I mean, we were all wild. I want to, you know, we all have kids now. I want to put it behind us.
I'm just going to take it back to the first. Shut the that shit.
It's like Vlad was trying to fish for drama while Yayo was vibing on a different frequency. As Yayo praised E40 and highlighted 50's impressive beverage distribution deals with several NBA teams, Vlad decided to pivot and bring up the recent back and forth between 50 and Ja Rule, who had claimed that he was a curse to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, Vlad was trying to sneak a fast one on Yayo, and fans really didn't appreciate it. You can see how annoyed Yayo was when Vlad asked him about Ja Rule hypothetically apologizing to 50 and G-Unit. Yeah, Vlad, I would tell you to shut the hell up too, since 50 Cent and Ja Rule will beef even if they're 100 years old. And that's the tea for today, besties. The drama between 50 Cent, DJ Vlad, and the whole G-Unit crew is hotter than a summer sidewalk, and it doesn't look like it's cooling down anytime soon. Will Vlad keep pushing buttons? Will 50 and Yayo continue to shut him down? Only time will tell. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest celebrity drama. Until next time, this is Hot Gossip signing off. Goodbye. Signing off. Goodbye.